This episode of the Get Snap Podcast is being brought to you by W, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. If you're looking for an energy drink that contains no calories, no sugar, no maltodextrin, no fillers, and no artificial colors, then W is the drink for you. Plus, it's formulated to give you the focus and the energy you need with no jitters or no crashing. So what are you waiting for? Use the link down in the description box. Use the promo code BADSupermanTV and get 10% off. You'll thank me later. And on that note, hey Smooth, go and hit our theme music. Get Snap Podcast. Let me tell y'all something. I'm just start talking. Cause I got off work. Did my three mile walk, passed the shower, jumped on the microphone, and here we go. Why do we do that? Because we committed to giving you something you really want to listen to, courtesy of your boy Ernest Sparrow, your bad Superman, and the man who keeps both his hands strong, the notorious Antoine Smooth. What's going on?
Man, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. It's like I said, I'm sitting here. I'm like Parliament right now. I'm funky, but that's all right.
Yeah, man. You coming home there, man, especially for a long day like that, and then you come straight on the mic.
Straight on the mic. Got my smoothie right there, so that's all right. So
because if you would have took a shower and then do this, you probably fell asleep.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get the party going, but I got to address something real quick. I want to say, Wildcat, thank you. My prediction came true. I said I wasn't going to say much about it until they got it confirmed, but if you follow Wildcat Sports, or if you follow me personally, you'll know what I'm talking about. They are doing the tag team title match between Fly Death and Slime Season.
He must have heard the podcast. He had to.
They must have, because they giving the people what they want, because those tag team titles are on the line, yes. But it will be under table match rules.
Okay.
And not only that, we find out that Luke Hawks is going one-on-one with Dirty Dango.
Okay.
And we already told you that JTG is getting a shot at the Wildcat Heavyweight Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have some ladies action. I can't leave them out. So give me a second. Let me find that. Let me find that match. We got Promise Braxton going one-on-one with Maserati. So June 1st gonna be lit, plus Kevin Nash gonna be there, and yes, it's gonna be a meet and greet. So if you in that area, please head on down to Crescent City School, June 1st. Go to Eventbrite.com.
Louisiana goes on fire right now.
They roll, and they guarantee they're gonna have the AC running. So if it get hot, it's not gonna be for that reason. It's gonna be because they're tearing the roof off the place.
Right. Man, I tell you what, man. That Louisiana wrestlers, I tell you, they're taking you back to the Mid-South day. The way they're doing it.
Yes, sir. And
that's great, because, I mean,
last week, toward the end of the show, because I said we was going to do this, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
What's on the agenda tonight?
If you remember last week in the show, we was talking about moments in wrestling.
Yes.
And I kind of put it on pause. I said, you know what? Let's make that a show on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we gonna do. But see, I went to the people. I didn't research. Okay. I didn't look. I went to the people. I said, y'all tell me the moments in wrestling y'all want us to bring up.
You put it on the list.
I wrote them down. I tallied them up. And you know, some of them we're very familiar with. Some of them, you know, probably some the youngest probably don't know. So I was kind of impressed with this list.
Okay, some of them may actually get educated tonight.
Yeah, that's right. We might have a few notepad moments, but we just gonna jump right into it. One of the moments that they want to get our opinion on is the Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's number one, most definitely. Okay, we're gonna start with that. All right.
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Survivor Series. 1997?
1997. Mm-hmm. But remember, 96, that was Shawn and Sid.
Yep.
This is 97. This was in Montreal, Canada. So
Montreal,
yeah.
Okay. This led because we all knew where Bret Hart was going. We knew Bret Hart was on his way to WCW, but we never expected. The outcome we got.
Yeah, because I was confused. Because look, as a teenager, I was about 16, 17. Like I said, I thought all that was the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you look now, as you look back, you're like, wow. And you see all these documentaries and stuff about it. You look back and you're like, oh, okay, that was real.
And you know that could have really ruined Shawn Michaels. If it didn't go as planned, that could have killed Shawn Michaels' career.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We definitely wouldn't have had him in Stone Cold.
No,
it would have been probably a blackball.
Yes, he would have been blackballed in my opinion.
Yeah.
And to say, you know, he went all them years and say he had nothing to do with it.
And he did, really.
And the way you took off like a thief in the night, that said everything. No, you knew something.
Yeah.
You kept saying, I have nothing to do with it. That
can't be right. Because, you know, when you see it back then, I'm not talking about like looking back, I'm talking about then you thought it was part of the show. I'm like, okay, it was a miscue or something. You think it was a miscue?
But then
because Bret didn't tap out.
Right. But when Bret Hart spat on Vince McMahon.
Yeah, I thought it was part of the show.
And it just amazing.
I thought it was like a work, you know, type deal. But no.
It's just amazing. After all these years, we still talking about it, even though, you know, they buried the hatchet. But you got people actually doing matches based off the screw job.
Oh yeah, they did another screw job that was they were trying to play it. I forgot what match it was.
Remember Hogan Rock in Canada?
Yes, that one. Yeah, that's right.
They did. I think Impact or TNA. I think they did it one time, I believe.
Mhm. But people, and then there was another one. This was way before Montreal. Remember when they ripped in Moolah?
Yep.
That was the very first one.
Yeah, people didn't think about that one. See, gotta get them notepads out.
Notepads out, y'all.
The one there when she was Black Widow.
He was that Black Widow character. Yeah, everybody knew that was Moolah. You tell by the red hair and her body build.
Right.
You saw that big bright red hair. Everybody knew that was Moolah.
About a strutting and all that.
Her accent, she got the biggest southern accent ever.
Yes.
That's South Carolina, yes. She said, yes, tonight we go. I said, yeah, that's Moolah.
See, back then you had to be an idiot. You had to kind of play along with them, like, come on now.
Yeah.
But what was cool about it back then, there was no internet, no social media. There were just magazines, and you figure it out.
Right. That's what made it cool. So we gave a pass on that.
Yes. Okay. See, that's how y'all started. Good job.
That's a good one there.
Let's see, the next moment they want us to talk about was when Hulk Hogan went to WCW in '94.
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit. I said, oh. Yeah, they said it happened when like Bischoff came up to Hogan or something. At first, he was just gonna retire completely and do movies, right?
Right.
But then I think they said that Bischoff came and they offered Hogan. Of course, they gonna throw money at it. You
Yep.
gonna throw a big contract. You don't think he ain't gonna take?
And what Hogan do? Hogan was bringing all his homies with him.
Yeah. He got Brutus and he got Earthquake and you know when he was
Savage.
Savage.
But see,
That's when they started to.
But here's the thing. That was a big deal, though. That was crazy. Like, Hogan? Going where?
Hogan going to the other side, other company, right?
That's when you want to talk about jumping ship. I mean, they had people that went from company to company going back and forth, but Hogan?
Hogan, right.
Hulk Hogan,
the biggest name in wrestling? Yeah.
Mr. WWE.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know, the trip part, he brought Hulkamania with him, the name
He brought
and everything. That's crazy. You would think, you know, because of the intellectual property, that he couldn't use Hulkamania. Oh, shoot, even Hulk Hogan.
And here's the thing, and a lot of people disagree with me on this, but I want somebody to explain to me how. When Hulk Hogan was in WCW, he worked harder and he worked more.
He actually worked.
Because
it was kind of like his homage to Japan.
He worked because he was on Nitro, he was on Thunder. He was working.
He was.
He wasn't doing that on Raw, like talking about.
And he didn't even politicking that much.
Even though Monday Night Raw came, you know, towards on his way out the door, but
right.
Hogan wasn't working that hard in WWE. He was working hard, more so, you know, traveling, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies. He went to WCW. Hogan was working. That's why I tell everybody, WWE made him famous.
Yeah.
WCW made him a star.
A star. And I know people like, are you kidding me? I thought WWE made him a star. No.
WWE made him famous.
It made him famous, right. There's a difference between being famous and being a star.
I said WCW made him a star. You think I'm lying? You think the NWO would have worked without Hogan?
No. Who's going to have just Hogan Nash and a few other WCW guys?
Yep. And then he went back to the red and yellow at the end of WCW. Just like that.
Right.
When Hogan came in them early mid-90s, what was their whole premise before he joined NWO? The whole premise was to what? Kill Hulkamania.
Kill Hulkamania, yep. That's why you had Sullivan. Right, because they did the angle where Sullivan,
the alliance,
Earthquake, were you known as Avalanche?
They had the Dungeon of Doom. Then they did the alliance to kill Hulkamania. Then he had issues with the Horsemen. Then the Horsemen, excuse me, the Horsemen and the Dungeon of Doom tried to merge.
Now, before then, you had the Faces of Fear. Remember that? Yeah. The original was Kevin Sullivan and Avalanche, which was Earthquake. And then you had Brutus, when he was known as the Butcher, turned on, that started, and then it was the Dungeon, then the alliance to end Hulkamania, was the Horsemen and the Doom together.
Which I'm glad you brought that, because that was one of the moment they talked about. Hogan and Butcher 94 Starrcade.
Which, to be honest, I'm going to tell people this, and people going to look at me like I'm crazy. I actually liked that Starrcade.
It wasn't bad. The problem, I think they didn't push it hard enough.
Right. They had the concept of pretty much the Faces of Fear running that pay-per-view, because you had Kevin Sullivan and Mr. T, which is Hogan's friend.
Yep.
Right? Then you had Sting and Avalanche, right?
Yep.
Which is Earthquake. And then you had Butcher and Hogan in the main event for the belt.
Now think about it. How did we get there? The Masked Man kept attacking Hogan.
Right.
We didn't know who it was.
Right. And remember, at Halloween Havoc, he was revealed.
Yes. Which made perfect sense. Because nobody was thinking about him.
I didn't think about it. Yeah.
That's what made it work. Yeah, was the match great? No. But the storyline made sense. Of course you're going to get your homie a world title shot. He wasn't winning.
Right. We knew the outcome.
But the story, that story pretty much wrote itself.
Mm-hmm. And that was one of my favorites. Yes.
That's what made it good.
And then you had Kevin Sullivan, that's his brother, Dave Sullivan, the big Hulkamaniac, and Kevin didn't like it.
Wow, when he was the equalizer, he started out as the equalizer.
Yeah. So all that worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. All right, we on the road. I'm all right, y'all.
Well, I was excited, man. I was ready to keep talking about this. Yeah, okay.
Let's see.
We're getting good here.
All right. How about this one? Another moment everybody talking about. This I know you gonna love. Because this in your wheelhouse.
All right.
Jerry Lawler getting his head shaved April 27, 1987.
Oh my goodness. Boy, how can I forget that moment? I remember that like it was yesterday. You talking about a riot
now
going on.
You got to start from scratch. What was the match?
It was Austin Idol and it was Austin Idol and Jerry Lawler. Okay? In the cage, hair versus hair. Alright? Now, Austin and previously Austin and Jerry kind of worked as a tag team for a little bit. And of course they became enemies. Alright? And so during the match, everybody saw someone right up under that ring. Okay? They noticed somebody, from what I heard, I know some people that actually went to the show back in the day. I would love to have been there, but I know it. I saw it on Saturday morning when they showed the highlights.
Yep.
And they noticed somebody was under the ring. This was during the middle of the match, okay? And, Tommy Rich, the person that was under the ring, he was a babyface. And he went and helped Austin Idol. And people loved Tommy Rich back then. I mean, he was the ultimate baby. I would say he was next to Jerry Lawler.
Yes. Barely in them early 80s? Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so he helped Austin Idol. And man, the people almost came out of their seat. They wanted to climb their cage. Yeah. And of course, Paul Heyman was there because he managed Idol.
Now think about this. When Tommy Rich did that, he was never the same after. They never looked at him the same after that.
They never looked at him the same. He was a man not to be trusted. Idol won the match.
XPG-13.
Yeah. And see, Idol won the match. Jerry Lawler was out. I think they hit him with a chain or something. Hit him with a chain or something like that. Lawler was knocked out. They sat him on their table. The guy came in with the clippers. Jerry Lawler was out, and they started shaving his head. Both of them did. They took turns.
Yeah.
Man, that place went unglued.
Now, what was worse? Lawler getting his head shaved, or Lawler getting hit by the car by Eddie Gilbert?
Lawler getting his head shaved. Because we expect that from Eddie Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert was hated. See, that's what we expected. Eddie Gilbert was that low down back in the day.
Yes, he was. Oh, yes.
So we expect that from Eddie Gilbert. He would come in. He the type of guys that'll blindside you, hit you in the back with a baseball bat.
And turn around and say he did it.
And turn around and look and say he did it to you. Yes. Him and Doug Gilbert, they did the same thing. But see, you didn't expect that from Tommy Rich because he was a babyface. He was in the same line with Jerry Lawler.
Yep.
So he was a man not to be trusted since then. And Lawler was knocked out. They shaved his head. Man, there were people that almost got out their seat about to climb their cage. And then when they got out, they started throwing stuff at him. Man, they said there was one time this dude had a switchblade. They tried to get one of them.
That's how
Yeah.
that's how was man. That's how serious between members running and men.
That's how-
When you had if
Mhm.
you was the guy and something happened
Yep.
to you,
You should know that. Remember when Junkyard Dog got blinded?
yes. That's how.
When they was in,
See, just
Yeah.
like when the Freebirds, when somebody tried to kill the Freebirds.
somebody actually came to the ring to pull the gun on Michael Hayes in the ring.
That's how when you that hated
Yeah, because he
somebody.
asked Dog, don't, yeah. Because he told Dog, don't worry, Dog. I got you, Dog. You know, JYD, don't worry about it. I got him. He went over the rail, went got in the ring and pulled the gun on Michael Hayes.
So just think about that. When Lawler got that head shaved,
Yeah.
it almost like the Mid-South Coliseum was collapsing in front of you.
Mm-hmm. It was like your best friend was getting beat down and head shaved. You couldn't do nothing about it.
It's just like every time I go down and I see the Showboats play and I look across and I look at the Mid-South Coliseum. Sometimes I just go drive around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just glad to say I had the opportunity to go inside and just get a taste of a history that was in that building.
Right. Man, that atmosphere was so thick you could cut it with a
I
knife.
want one of them chairs. I wonder when they gonna do something. I want one of them chairs.
Yeah, that's what I want. If you're not gonna do nothing with it, let us have something out of there.
I mean, I give me one of the Mid-South Coliseum. You know that's just history just written all over it.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's
I sat in chairs many a times.
right.
Yeah,
Like I said, we went a few times to some events.
we went. Mm-hmm.
Just to know that I walked in that building, and I said this many times. I walked into the Mid-South Coliseum a few times and never walked in the Municipal Auditorium in New Orleans.
And that's crazy, man. So when I heard you tell me that, I said, huh?
I never walked in the Municipal Auditorium in New Orleans.
You know how historic that building is?
Yes.
Miss South was ran in there? Yeah.
I never. That's when the Midnight Express beat the Road Warriors for the NWA titles in that building.
Mm-hmm.
I never walked in that building. That building sits in the middle of Armstrong. Well, I ain't gonna say in the middle of Armstrong Park, but it sits right. You go through Armstrong Park, and you go through the entrance where the big Armstrong sign is. You walk in, look left. It's right there. That
And you never walked into
I never walked in that building.
all your years you lived there.
Yep, I've never been to an event in that building. Superdome, yes. Not Municipal Auditorium. UNO Lakefront Arena.
You know Lakefront Arena?
Many times.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never, and
That's cool.
that is me. That I've never walked inside the Municipal Auditorium.
That's crazy.
Now here's a controversial one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad somebody brought this up, because I remember this happening, and it was a debate, and you'll see why in a minute. 1988, Iceman King Parsons beats Kerry Von Erich to win the world-class world heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you remember that match, the lights went out. Kerry Von Erich was knocked out. Iceman King Parsons got the 3 count.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the debate is, one is the WCC, because most people will not classify Iceman King Parsons as one of the first black world heavyweight champions. Everybody, see, a lot of people forget about that. He was world heavyweight champion before Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons, yeah.
I mean, granted, he didn't hold it very long, but when he won it, it was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
That match is on YouTube. Go check it out. Yeah, it was controversial how he won it, but when he won it, it shocked the world.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, when the lights went out, I believe Kerry Von Erich was out, and I believe Michael Hayes was knocked out on the outside.
Right.
And all Iceman had to do was just get on top, get the 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
But people keep forgetting that. I mean, yeah, Ron Simmons did it, but Iceman did it first. So why don't they recognize Iceman? Is it because Iceman had a name?
Oh yeah, Iceman was a big star, world class.
World class, Mid-South.
Mid-South, yeah, he was in Mid-South. That's right.
I know. He would I call a territorial star.
Mm-hmm.
But you go into world class and you beat Kerry Von Erich?
Right. You talking about the big baby face of the group?
Yes. In Texas?
In Texas?
And you black? Come on.
And you black, right.
Come on. And you dreading them, your gear is penguins?
It's penguins, yeah.
You know how hard you gotta be to rock penguins?
Mm-hmm. The hair, that's the shaved head with the braids.
Yeah, with the little 2-3 plaits.
Plaits, yeah, there you go.
You got to be a bad man to get away with that.
Right.
But definitely Iceman should have gotten more recognition. You know, you can't look past that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a history of world class. I don't know if they're afraid to talk about it, but he should have been recognized.
Yeah. Right. It was just like when the Rockers won the tag title but never recognized that they won it.
Right. And the thing about it, Iceman was recognized. It happened on TV.
Yeah.
You don't
I
believe
guess they weren't ready.
It's on. You go. Iceman King Park win WCCW title. That match is on there. Plain as day. The entire match. Well, I'm proud.
Can't erase history, everybody.
Yeah, you can. And you know what?
We can't do that.
We gonna stick with history, because another moment is when R-Truth / K Crush, when he won the NWA title in August of 2002.
He's the first black NWA champion.
And he beat King Shamrock, and you know it meant something to him, because if you saw the end of the match, excuse me, when you saw the end of the match, when he got that 3 count, look at that look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't believe he won. Even the ref had to tell him, yes, this is real. You did it.
Right. But this wasn't the Rick Rude situation where, you know, there was a debate, the international title and all this other stuff.
Oh, no.
No, this was the real deal. Yeah.
He pinned King Shamrock 1, 2, 3, and then 2 years later he did it again.
Yeah.
Even though that reign was super short,
he still, yeah.
As a matter of fact, was he the only? If you go back to the NWA TNA days,
yeah, he
was he the only black NWA champion?
Yeah, he was.
Now I go back and look at it, during those NWA TNA days.
Cause there wasn't one Monty Brown.
Nope. And
only black one was Monty Brown and him.
And they was pushing Monty Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the only one.
You talking about somebody that was on the rise?
Yes.
The only thing stopped him was his, I think what they say, his sister passed or something. He taking care of her kids, something like that. That's what stopped him. There wasn't no injuries or nothing like that. It was a family situation.
And then when Monty Brown came to WWE,
he was still the alpha man. He was just Marcus Corvon. That's all. Yeah. He still pounds.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. They just changed his name to Marcus Corvon.
Part of that new breed.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all impressing me. I'm
we're getting excited over here, man. I'm telling you, we hype.
Okay, let's see. What other moment? Scott Steiner transforming into Big Papa Pump.
Now, I want to say I didn't see that coming. Now, no, let me take that back. Let me take that back. When Steiner, when Rick Steiner did, that little traditional, he'll get on all fours, run around there, get on all fours. He'll do that little thing, Steiners do.
Yep. Then he jumped on it and he jumped.
He just got on his back. Yeah, I said, man, something to happen.
Now let me say it. I saw the heel turn coming. I didn't expect them to retransform. Wyatt had a white beard.
White beard, the tights with the superstar.
Yeah, he was superstar Scott Steiner at first.
Yeah, he wasn't Big Papa Pump yet until he had the short tights. Yeah.
And what killed me was Steiner. He could not promo, but they let him talk a lot.
Oh man, his famous one is the adding. They call it the Steiner math. The 33rd and the third chance.
I want to know how many people actually computed that to see if he was right.
Right. And then his nephew did it, Braun Breaker. He even mentioned that. It's the 33 and the third chance. Yeah.
I want to know because when he did that. I wonder, did he write that out? He just was throwing numbers out because
I think he was throwing numbers out there.
If you think about it, the way he was talking, it's like that dude kind of makes sense. But I want to know, is somebody because Scott Steiner is not a dummy. He got a degree. He got a college degree. Him and hey, they not dummies.
No. So yeah, I think when he was doing that, it was Rocket Khan and Petey Williams.
Yep.
He was Lil Petey. Petey Williams was dressed up like him. I remember that.
He was Lil Petey Pump.
Lil Petey Pump, and that's when the third, was born.
Cause that's how I just want to know, did anybody ever compute that, do the math on it to see if he was actually correct?
Yeah, let us know. Was that correct, y'all? Let us know that.
It sound right when he said it. Because he kept going. He didn't cut us off. He didn't think about it. He was rolling.
Right. And I'm going to tell you my other favorites with him, too, though, promo. He had, when he had Madeja and, oh, my goodness. I love me some Madeja back in the day.
What's that other girl name he had? It's like...
and he had all those girls with him, and he was just cutting promos.
But there was two he had. I don't know why I can't think of her name. I got her in my mind because I see her.
Yeah, I remember Madeja. She was his top, though.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't mess with her.
Man, I loved me some Madeja back then. Oh, my God.
When Goldberg speared her?
Yeah.
And he went on. They didn't show it.
And my favorite was his Thunder promos when he cut him on Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And he just started talking about Ric Flair. He was just going on a tirade. But it was funny, though. It was entertaining. He had to cut the greatest. I was just laughing like, man, stop Steiner crazy.
That was her name, Shakira.
Shakira, okay.
That was his main, too.
Mm-hmm.
And Madeja and Shakira, and then when Shakira left, Madeja was the main freak.
Yeah. And he talked about Holly If You Hear Me and all that, and Scott Steiner listened to No Limit then, so
hey, that was
why he said Big Papa Pump is your hook up Holly If You Hear Me.
Oh, that was the thing back then.
And he just started cutting promos, just talking random, but it was funny though. Talking about Ric Flair, you're just an old bastard, and I'm trying to sound like you're just a bastard, and that was Big Papa Pump.
And he couldn't say phenomenon for nothing.
That's a phenomenon.
He's like a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I remember he told Bully Ray. He told Bully Ray. He said, I get women 8 days a week. And I told him there's only 7.
7, yeah. And then my favorite when he talked about when the big bad booty daddy gets you in the bed, boom shakalaka.
I'm like, oh my God, all right, Scott.
I said, boom, shakalaka. I said, wait a minute. Now he got NBA, what's
NBA
that,
Jam.
NBA Jam?
You talking about when you
Yeah.
go to bed and you hit Nirvana.
Hit Nirvana, she gonna say, boom, shakalaka.
I know some.
Yeah, they was,
I know some of the he was trying not to laugh.
yeah. Oh my God.
I said, I'm out here and say meet him in person. He cooler in person.
Yeah.
I said, but he really is huge. He's still huge.
Oh,
But he
yeah, I
got some of that
believe
muscle
you.
going away because he getting older.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still huge though. But I say, got a chance to meet him in Jackson. Still wearing the chain headrest.
Oh, yeah, that ain't going nowhere. I mean, that's his bread and butter, man.
Yeah.
They got inducted to the Hall of Fame, him and Rick, and, Braun inducted him. That was cool. Yeah, inducted his uncle and his dad.
Let's see. Hollywood Batista.
Now, which version of this now? Is this
This was the one.
Give Me What I Want one? Or the
That
one where
was
he
the
was in
one
the
before
wheelchair
that.
and quit?
Remember when he used to come to the ring with the spotlight?
Oh, the Spotlight Batista. Okay, yeah.
And then I think that all that was Hollywood Batista. Oh,
Uh-huh.
the wheelchair was hilarious. When he quit,
Yeah. I quit! And then threw the microphone back.
what was that? That was when he fought Cena.
Cena, yeah. Uh-huh.
And then he started coming, before they were coming to the ring with just the spotlight on him.
Yeah.
I remember Batista didn't get a lot of love like he should have. One thing I said about Batista, and I've always said this, Batista stayed clean.
He did. That suit he had when he remember the SmackDown Raw had the contract, which title he wanted. That suit was nice.
Yeah,
He had on.
Batista stayed fresh even after Evolution.
Right. And that's another moment too, speaking of that.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that in. With Batista, he chose to face Triple H.
But
When he was signing the contract.
even before that, they was talking about him, but they didn't see he was on the other side of the wall.
Right.
But that whole segment was cool.
He put Triple H, man, that crowd went nuts.
Because nobody expected it.
He took that shirt off, he had nothing but those slacks on.
Yep. And it was over. And Triple H made him look good.
He did. You can't say Triple H didn't put nobody over, because he did.
Right.
Cannot say that. Randy Orton, Batista, he helped those guys out.
All them OVW cats came through there.
Yeah.
And the thing, Batista came in, he was Deacon Batista.
He was Deacon Batista.
With the collection plate around his neck.
On his neck, right.
I said, okay, I said, hold up, ain't that Leviathan?
And people were literally giving him donations. They actually had
that what made it funny.
When Reverend, he actually was doing the Reverend Devon, since he like to say testify again. They said, we're just gonna put you and make you a Reverend. Yeah.
Yeah, I said, no, let's throw that one in there.
Reverend Devon.
Vince McMahon, spiritual advisor. Then you coming to the ring, you bankhead bouncing.
Yeah.
That could have. I actually like that. I'm not gonna lie. I like once. Now when he first did it, he just had the regular organs. And then when he got Dean Batista, then he came with Eyes of Righteousness.
Yeah.
I don't get that. That was working for me. There was just something about it.
Yeah.
No, Reverend.
And then you had Reverend Devon.
I said he bankhead bouncing.
Bankhead bouncer.
Now if one of y'all wondering what is the backhand bounce, that was a dance. That's like an early 2000s dance. That didn't last very long.
So didn't.
Cause I ain't seen nobody do that dance. I see everybody doing the Running Man.
The Running Man.
I see all the 80s dances and the 90s dances, but that big hand bounce did not stick around.
It was just like the same that dance called the Jerk in 2016. You know, that's all it is a Running Man but backwards.
Yep.
That's the Jerk. Yeah. All these trends. That backhand bounce, yeah, that was probably the shortest dance.
Yeah, because that's pretty much literally what it was, a short dance.
You know what I'm saying? It just faded off.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That too. I said that's literally what it was. A short dance that didn't last long at all.
Didn't last long. Yeah.
That was straight East Coast.
Mm-hmm. But it was entertaining though. Looking back now, Reverend Devon was pretty good. It made sense.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you had, of course, we said Deacon Batista with the collection. People were literally putting dollars in the collection for him.
They took Leviathan. Now let me say something about Leviathan. Between Leviathan and Batista, when he was Leviathan, he was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
He was more athletic as Leviathan.
Yeah.
You notice he was in shape and he was huge as Leviathan. When he became like he just got bigger.
Yeah.
When he grew his hair out and joined Evolution, that was like two different people. They took the contacts out his eyes, let his hair grow out.
Yeah.
That's
he was totally different. Right.
Let's see. Okay, I was feeling that one. Okay, we got another one that falls in your wheelhouse. And we done talked about this one many times, but we got to give these youngsters the perspective on how significant this match was.
My goodness.
Yeah. Funk and Lawler empty arena match.
Man. That match was unique. As you can pretty much tell now, pretty much everybody is replicating that match. You see it even to this day. People doing empty arena matches. You know, we can go back to Rockin' Mankind. During the Super Bowl halftime heat. They did it. There's so many of them, but that one right there set the standard. Funk came up with that. He said, "Look,
you want to talk about the definition of hate?"
Right. He said, "I don't want nobody there because I don't want no excuses. All I need is you, Lance, and the cameraman. That's it. And the referee. No referee. He didn't want referee.
Nope.
He said, I want you, Lance, and the cameraman. That's it.
That was a true definition of a fight.
Yeah.
If that was real, that's how you make it look real. And why Lawler had to have them all white?
Yeah, and he came. I'm like, you got the crown in your hand. You got all white on. I'm like, there's no people here. You could just claim the street to come as you are.
Right. But that was they was not playing. But that you want to talk about somebody because a lot of people hated Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
A lot of people hated Jerry. We can do a whole show of the people who hated Jerry Lawler. We'll probably be about 2 days.
Oh my God. Yeah, But we can do a whole show of like, why did people hate Jerry Lawler?
But Terry Funk?
He was the top. The Mount Rushmore of hating Jerry Lawler, he's up there.
There's a few people Terry Funk hated. Lawler was one and Dusty Rhodes was the other one.
And what did he call Dusty Rhodes?
An egg-sucking dog.
That's right. He couldn't stand Dusty Rhodes. Called that man an egg-sucking dog.
And you know that actually led all the way up to the 90s when he got to Dustin.
Yeah, he told Dustin that. He's the son of an egg-sucking dog. Yeah.
And you talk about that man hated Jerry Lawler.
When he was in Memphis, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. These other terrorists, he wasn't as crazy as he was when he was in Memphis. When he was in Memphis, he was a bona fide lunatic.
Yes.
You go back to even WCW. He went there in the late '80s. He was all that's calm compared to what he was in Memphis. That's calm.
That's Terry Funk in a good mood.
Yeah. When he was in Memphis.
Oh, I'm talking about when he came back. When it was it 91?
Yeah.
I believe it was 91, 92 around that time.
It's about in Memphis.
Yeah, when Funk came back.
Yeah, he came back to Memphis. Yeah, 91, 92.
Yeah. His whole mission was to get rid of Lawler.
Yeah.
And
they even teamed up.
He made it known. But that's what made Funk so great. If he wanted to make it work, he made it as real as possible. I'm pretty sure he could not walk around Memphis freely.
No, he couldn't. He could.
And on top of that, he was from Texas.
He was from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas. He gonna let you know that.
And that's it. Just remember when the USWA and World Class.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm take that back. When USWA merged to Memphis and it still had that Texas side.
Yeah.
When USWA was still in Texas and they were still coming to Memphis doing Memphis shows, that was
right.
That was
they did show Texas stuff when Memphis in syndication.
Yeah.
They were showing the Texas TV station shown in Memphis. Yeah. They did that.
When all them boys, when Eric Emery, and that's another one that was hated.
Eric Emery
came here before he turned babyface. Because when he was in Texas, he was a heel. I mean, he was a babyface. He had dark hair.
Oh man, that one Eric Emery. When
he came to Memphis in the '90s, he had blonde hair.
He was hated too. Yeah, he was hated too. God.
Him, Tom Pritchard.
He was Eddie Gilbert level.
Yeah. Tom Pritchard, Tex Latin and Shanghai Pierce, all them.
Yeah.
That's another dude. He couldn't stand Lawler. He couldn't stand Brian Christopher. Brian Christopher damn wanted to kill him.
Oh yes. Oh God, that got ugly with Brian.
When they feuded over the Texas title.
Yeah.
And then when Tom Pritchard turned babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Texas title. That I don't know what it was about that title.
That put the beast in somebody.
They wanted off Eric Emery so bad because that dude came every week you saw him. And he yelling.
They couldn't stand him. Couldn't stand Eric Emery. Yeah.
And just like I said before, when he was down there in Texas, when World Class, when they did the man, when they switched to USWA, and he was like the banner child for it. And then he had the dark hair. Hit to Memphis. He's still flamboyant Eric Emery.
Yep.
But he was a prick.
He was. Oh my God. He was Eddie Gilbert level.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I say if you come to Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, around in those little areas, there's no flip-flopping flying. You can't be babyface here. You go there. You here. No sir. When if you come to Memphis and you're here, you a heel. They go to Evansville, Indiana, you still a heel. You go to Kentucky, you still a heel. They followed. Them little dudes they followed you. See back then. See people don't get that now. Sometimes it's destined for you to be a certain way. And that's why one thing I can say about this area, and that's one thing I learned, they follow their wrestling hard.
They do.
That's why they never gave Tommy Rich a second chance. One Tommy Rich turned here, even the period when when PG-13 tried to call him in and they paid him, and he played them like suckers.
Yep, he was never trusted ever since that incident when Lawler got his head shaved.
And I
They
love,
never trusted him.
and one of the things I love again is, especially in this territory, they bring the past back.
Mm-hmm.
Feuds don't die in Tennessee.
Oh no. We were the king of the losing league time matches.
Yes, you
Memphis originated that.
Yeah, yes, you
Yeah.
were. And when you were gone, you were gone.
You're gone. There wasn't no like storyline. You come back 2 weeks later. Now you be gone forever unless you come in the mask.
Yo, 'cause they
You
say,
know,
if you gone for 30 days, you gone. You gone for 60 days, you gone.
you gone, right?
And that don't. They say leave.
This ain't no 1 week or 2
This
week
wasn't
deal.
no just leave the town. You left the territory.
You left the territory, right?
Again, that falls Tennessee, India, anywhere where that company went, you wasn't going.
Mm-hmm.
And I say,
Just like, yeah.
that's what made it. They stuck to that.
Right, I give an example. Lawless Savage. They had a losing league time match. Savage lost. Everybody know where he was going.
Yep.
He left the territory. He went to
Let's
WWE.
take it off. Rock and Flex Cavana.
Rock Flex Cavana. Flex Cavana lost.
Everybody, and then for those of you who live on the come up, go look up Flex Cavana. I'm pretty sure you know a certain who that is.
Right.
Because some of y'all might have been shocked. Yes, he did wrestle in Memphis. Yes, he was a former USWA tag team champion.
Yep. Him and Bart Sawyer. Yep. The late Bart Sawyer, rest in peace.
And that's another guy who did well in USWA, but everywhere else he didn't do well. And Bart Sawyer, even as a single, Bart Sawyer,
right.
I think Bart had a good career in Memphis.
He did. And you can tell Rock to this day mentions Bart Sawyer.
And let me tell you something about that. I give Rock a whole lot of credit. He don't forget where he come from.
He never forgets where he come from, exactly.
He never forgot where he came from. That's why I say we'll never lose the Showboats.
Because of Rock, yeah.
We can have three people going. We ain't gonna lose the Showboats.
So won't. Rock is a son to us here.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
Yeah, and when SmackDown came here, you talk about the love that was poured out in the FedEx Forum.
Yeah.
When he came out, he felt it.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
He talked about, did y'all remember my name when I started? Everybody said, Flex! Lex Cavana. He said, I just ran with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Lex Cavana, yes. Right. So yeah, man.
Let's see. What's another moment? Now this was a conversation that went all over the place because everybody have their opinions about it. We all agree. We all agree it was a tragedy. But the question was, should they have kept going? Over the years 1999.
Oh yeah, man.
And if some of you and if a lot of y'all are still asking, excuse my voice. And if a lot of y'all asking, what about over the years 99? That was the event where we lost Owen Hart.
Yeah. That was unexpected.
Very.
So that was a dilemma there. Okay. They like, should we keep going? But people paid to see the show.
Because a lot of people say, well, Vince McMahon could have stopped it. Yes, he could have, but you got to remember something. You had sponsors who paid for stuff. You got people that you paid to work and people that paid you to make that happen. They probably could have got sued for that. Because they were under a contract.
That's a contract there, right?
They're still under a contract. They might say they could have stopped the show, and they could have, because that was serious. But nobody knew what happened. They didn't announce to the audience that Owen Hart died. They announced it on the pay-per-view. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it took. They wanted to get information before they told the people. Cause JR came, I think it was like a little bit. I think they took a little break, and then they came back and gave them the news that Owen Hart died. You know, JR did that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he told it to. He told the world, but I don't think. Cause if I'm not mistaken, the
fans didn't know inside. Yeah,
and they weren't. You're right. They were in a dilemma. Like I said, you still had contracts. You had sponsors.
and sponsors, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably wanted to stop it,
Right.
but in the same breath, you don't want to get sued.
You don't want to get sued if you're right.
So it was just one of them them bad situations when you kind of you're stuck in a corner.
Yeah. What do? Yeah. You have to keep it going. You're under contract, regardless of what
You
happens.
got to keep it going, and you just have to that's just one of them things you have to deal with after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, because I can tell you this, had they announced that, it probably would have been a riot in there.
Mm-hmm.
They probably would have
Your
lost
thing
it.
just got worse.
If they would have announced in there, just like that getting example when Moondog Spot died in the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
When they announced Moondog Spot died in the Coliseum, the show still went on.
Right.
But it was like the crowd was dead after that.
Mm-hmm.
And they had WWE stars there.
Yeah.
So I remember that. They had WWE stars, Manny from SmackDown, when they were still doing the brand split.
Right.
But they had WWE stars there. But it's like when they announced that, it's like the crowd just was not into it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of them things, I want to do it out of respect,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not trying to get sued. I'm not trying to lose money. It's hard.
Right.
Now the question is, did he do the right thing by continuing the show? That's a topic of discussion.
I think that's people's own opinion. I think that's based on opinion on certain people. Like some people may say yeah, some people may say no, they should have stopped it. I guess that's people's own. Like me personally, they should have kept going because of the sponsors, and they were put into a dilemma.
You were put into a situation because you have to give all that money. They would have lost a lot of money, and hate to say
the wrestlers wouldn't have got paid that night, right?
When they got paid, and to be honest, Vince meant about that money. So in a selfish kind of way, I see where I see what his thought process was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject.
Yeah. That's definitely a good one. Yeah.
Let's see another moment. And this one, I'll never really understand it. Maybe you could put some light on it.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart officially in the NWO 2000.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was probably a worse moment if any. I like that was kind of too little too late.
Because you gotta remember when he was 999, when he was they said he was in the NWO, but he wasn't in the NWO, even though he was wearing the Hogan stuff.
Yeah.
And he was helping him out. Then 1 minute you trying to help Sting, then 1 minute you not trying to help Sting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you teaming with Sting to fight the NWO, but you played hurt when you set him
hurt.
up.
Yeah, that was just all over the place. Bret Hart's
then you had
time in WCW.
Then you had the little issue with Goldberg. I'm gonna say this about his time. I didn't have a problem with the time that he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he won the U.S. title multiple times. He became world champion. He became Triple Crown champion pretty much.
Yeah.
He won the tag team title with Goldberg. It's just that because I like the feud he had with DDP.
Oh yeah.
He had a good feud with Sting. The Goldberg thing. He even had a good series with Booker over the TV title.
Did. Mm-hmm.
But I think, like I said,
Yeah, it wasn't a terrible
I
run.
just think I think he didn't get the push he thought he was gonna get.
So it's all in Brett's mind that he didn't get
Yeah,
that.
I think that's what it is because he won the title. When he won the title, it was pretty much like it too little, too late. Like I said, then the injury happened,
Yeah.
and he trying to work around that. It just like everything was just going down. Then when they did
Down.
the NWO 2000, I'm like, nah, this ain't working.
Cause you got rid of the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack is done. The black and white, they had little remnants of that still, but that was mostly just mid-carders.
Pretty much.
With the Stevie Ray and all that.
I mean, then you did the whole, like I said, you did the thing with Goldberg with the injury. You set Goldberg up,
Send Goldberg up.
and then
Yeah.
NWO 2000 come back.
That's the steel plate, right?
Yeah.
Brett had the steel plate and Goldberg speared him. He got knocked
They
out.
did the steel plate. Then they did the one where he got caught
Yeah.
up outside, and
Yeah.
Brett, I think they hit him with a shovel or something.
He hit him with a shovel. Yeah.
And then they did some tag match, and they
Yeah.
set Goldberg up. And they talking about the band is back together.
Back to back. Yeah.
So what? It was Brett, Jarrett, Steiner, and Nash,
Diamond Nash.
and that lasted what?
Super
That was
Kool-Aid.
what, the black and silver,
Black and silver. Yeah.
which you can't find that shirt nowhere.
I can't find that anywhere.
You can't find that color nowhere.
Not even on eBay you can't find that. It's just either black and white, the Wolfpack,
or other remedy of the NWO, but you cannot find that NWO 2000 unless
Whoever has that, that's a rare item.
unless you get it airbrushed or you make it yourself. Unless you a good artist and you can make it yourself.
Right.
But that is the only way, because I sure was looking for it.
Yeah.
But y'all, I gotta admit, we gonna stop right there. I gotta admit, I was
We
impressed.
can go on all night.
all night
Yeah.
long, because I still had a few on here. But like I said, I don't want to keep us up all night. Like I said, I'm going to relax for the rest of the night. How many
Oh, yeah,
hours?
you got to get your bath in. Yeah,
I
you
gotta
got to
get
get
it
a
in.
shower, I mean. Yeah, got to get showered. Yeah.
But I was impressed. I must say, y'all did good.
Yeah.
But next week we got some predictions. If I'm not mistaken, we have King and Queen of the Ring and Double or Nothing.
Double or nothing, yes.
So we're gonna have a lot to talk about. But in the meantime, in between time, as always, anything you want to say before we roll out?
Yeah, I want to say two things. Number one, we actually saw some action on Dynamite. Mercedes Moné actually went through a table
Yes.
with Willow Nightingale when they did the contract sign. The first time I seen action.
And shout out to Willow Nightingale for throwing that jab in there.
Oh my goodness, yes.
When he told her she wasn't become out walking at all. That was a good shot.
Right, and the second thing, since we got the ECW Punk pack, I'm really liking that. The entrances, they could have did right with Sandman, him coming out the crowd, but they got the of course the ECW when they brought it back, they gave them their music.
Yep. And shout
I know
out,
they could have to.
I'm glad for the Dudleys they used the mute they first had.
Right. See, that's the Dudleys when they was in the Bubba did the trance.
Yeah.
That the trance Bubba, and then Devon had the We Got Wood shirt. Yeah. They used the I'm glad they used I thought they were gonna use the one they got now. What they use now. But no, they went back to the first song.
They took it back. I was like, okay.
Yeah. That Terry Funk. That's Terry Funk with after Chainsaw Charlie.
Yep.
That Terry Funk. Of course, CM Punk. You know,
Yeah,
that's him now. That's a good model.
They nailed it.
Yeah, and the next one is called it's the Post Malone and Friends pack. That's out June 26th. That consists of the Headbangers. We got Honky Tonk Man. We got Jimmy Hart as a manager. Of course, we got Post Malone, and we got Sensational Sherry, but she gonna be a wrestler, not a manager.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's so long overdue. Now the question is, which Sherry are we gonna get?
I think we gonna get that Sherry, like the late '80s Sherry, like when her and Rocket Robin was feuding.
Yeah, I hope so. But I just have a
I think it's gonna be that one.
I just have a feeling we gonna get Sherry that we use with all the makeup on her face.
Yeah,
but we know we
scary. We talking about Scary Sherry.
Yeah, well, no, we definitely need to get a throwback Sherry.
Yeah, shoot, we may even get back if they. I think y'all may be reaching here like the Terry, like the Mid-South Sherry.
Yeah, way back.
I think I'm reaching there, but
AWA Sherry.
AWA Sherry, that's it. Yeah.
When her and Medusa was feuding.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
I may be reaching that one.
I mean, we can get an alternate attire, but I'm just curious to see which Sherry are we gonna get. We need to get that woman's champion. Earlier that Rockin' Robin Sherry. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling we gonna get Scary Sherry.
Yeah, I think so too. And so we got Honky Tonk Man. I'm pretty sure we gonna get that. I say the '88 Honky.
Yeah. The greatest intercontinental honky.
Yeah, the greatest intercontinental honky. We got the Headbangers. Marshall Thrasher.
That was interesting.
And then we got Jimmy Hart manager. I'm thinking we gonna get the '80s Jimmy Hart. The honky dancing with the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We probably get that when he wore the one he wore all the music notes.
Yeah, that's gonna be honky.
So we probably gonna get Colonel Jimmy.
Colonel Jimmy Hart. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Colonel Jimmy. So that's June 26th.
Okay.
And then we got Post Malone. So
they like putting them artists on them. Like, y'all ain't learned from Machine Gun Kelly.
Right.
No, stop. But yeah.
And then, on the July 24th, they got the Pat McAfee. Well, that pretty much his whole co-host from the Pat McAfee show. So, yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't just put him in the game. We had to wait to get him. But yeah, that's coming out. We got in July, College Football 25. They released the covers, both covers, for the regular and the deluxe edition.
Back.
I already told the missus, go and pre-order that for me for my birthday, even though it's coming out after my birthday. But I can pre-order and get it paid. We got Undisputed, the boxing game that's been on Steam and all these other platforms. It's finally gonna hit the Xbox Series Edition
PS5
and the
all
PS5
that,
in October.
Yep, October 11th.
And if you pre-order, you can get the '93 version of Roy Jones Jr. Isn't that y'all must have forgot?
Yeah, that's my must forgot Roy Jones. And then I think you get the deluxe edition or whatever, you get the alternate stuff like a Usyk and Carissa Shields and Tyson Fury. You get their alternate sets.
Alternate attire. Cause that's one of them games. Like I said, I play it on my Asus Rock, my handheld. That's one of them games. That's not one of them games you can't just go in and start pressing buttons and swinging.
No, you got to literally box.
You gotta box. You gotta kind of learn the fighter. You gotta. I mean, when you do the career mode, you gotta do a lot of stuff if you get overweight, you got to make weight and do all this other stuff. You can win little mini titles. Like for mine, I won the United States middleweight title, and you know you literally got to work your way up and got to do little things. It's challenging.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got to kind of figure out the fight of how you got, because you can't fight everybody the same.
Right.
And it's hard to get up. Man, it's hard to get up.
That's super real. Yeah.
Because you got to use your bumpers, but you got to time it. You got to time it to line it up in the red. It's hard to do. Like the first time you get knocked down, it's probably not that bad. But them second and third time when that red real small, it's hard. So I don't know how they gonna do it for the consoles.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoy it once I got the concept down. But it's fun.
Okay.
It's challenging, but it's fun. Like I said, some of them fights, I mean, you might have to go the full 12. You realize you can't knock them out, just try to win on points.
Yeah.
So that comes out in October. I believe Madden comes out in August. So we got a busy couple months when it comes to gaming, sport on the sports side. So that's pretty much all I got. But as always, before we get out here, continue to support Bad Superman TV right here, YouTube, Rumble, and all other social media platforms. Make sure you like, share, and of course subscribe. Let's grow our family here. And like I said, next week we're gonna do King and Queen of the Ring predictions. We got Double or Nothing prediction and anything else we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But we know, y'all know we here, and as long as y'all here with us, we gonna keep going. And we all be getting close to that 200 episode.
Not too far.
Yeah, we're thoroughly not too far. So let's get there. Let's do what we do. But with that said, I'm gonna get clean. Y'all be safe this weekend. We love y'all. We out.
Peace.